Good morning, children. We are back after so many days. So, have you enjoyed your break for science classes, or you have revised the chapter that we have already done? So, have you revised, children? So, let me check how much we have revised. Let me first of all ask you that when we met the last time, we were discussing the chapter respiration in organisms. So, have you done the exercise of that chapter or not? Respiration in organisms. Have you done the exercise? Yes. Answer to my question. Have you completed the exercise? Have you done the exercise? Have you completed the exercise of that chapter or not? Okay. Tejas has answered that he has completed the exercise of the chapter respiration. Chapter number 10, you have to complete the exercise. So, Shubham is telling that he has done. Tejas is giving response that he has also done. Very good. Okay, what about others? Only 5 children have joined. Why? All of you have to join the class. All of you please join. Only 5 children have joined. Why is it so? All of you have to join the class. Okay. Only 6 children. Why? Link has been received. Link has been received by both the sections or not? Link has been sent to both the sections or not? Both the sections or not? Yes. What about section B? What about section B? लिंक है कि नहीं है सेक्शन बी में? सेक्शन बी में लिंक पहुंची है कि नहीं? टेल मी. Link has been sent to section B or not? Okay. So children, today we will start the new chapter, chapter number 11. The name of the chapter is Transportation in Animals and Plants. Transportation means carrying of the substances from one place to the other. You might have studied in class 6. Transportation, means of transport: land, air and water. Land, road, through road, truck, buses, cars, etc., they all run on road. It is land transport. Similarly, those means of transport which transport materials in water, they are water transport. For example, ships, boats, submarines, etc. And air transport, the means of transport which travel in air, like aeroplanes, fighter jets, etc. So, what is meant by transport? Transport means carrying of materials from one place to the other. Okay, let us write down. Transportation means carrying materials from one place to the other. From one place to the other. Okay. So when we talk about the transportation of materials in animals and plants, so to what materials we are referring about? We are referring about the materials means food, the digested food, and recall from the chapter animal nutrition. There we have studied that digested food is absorbed in the small intestine through the villi, and that digested food is transported via the blood vessels to all the body tissues. Understand? So, transportation of materials in animals includes the digested food, the nutrients like oxygen, and the waste materials that is generated in the body. It has to be eliminated out of the body from the organs from where it is produced. It has to be carried out. It has to be carried from there to the excretory organs, and then from the excretory organs it is excreted out of the body. Okay. So these are all the materials which are to be transported from one place to the other. They include the digested food from the small intestine, then the oxygen, then the third one is waste materials. Okay. Similarly, in plants also the materials that has to be transported from one organ of the plant to the other include water and minerals. They are absorbed through the root hairs from the soil, and water and minerals are transported from the plant. Okay, and the food materials that is produced in the green leaves. These food materials synthesized by the process called photosynthesis, and it has to be distributed to different body organs so that they can be utilized there. Okay, so this transportation of materials takes place both in plants and animals. In plants, transportation of water and minerals takes place through a conducting tissue called xylem, and the transport of food materials takes place through a conducting tissue called phloem. Is that clear? Now, today we will see the transport of materials in animals. What is that? Transportation of materials in animals. We will see. following materials are to be transported in animals. Following materials are transported in animals. First is digested food from small intestine. Digested food from small intestine. Second, digested food from small intestine. Oxygen from the lungs to the cells of the body. Oxygen from the lungs to different tissues. And the third one is waste materials. Okay, these materials are to be transported. Okay, children. Now, these materials are transported through a tissue called blood. And blood is circulated in different parts of the body, and this whole system of organs that is involved in circulation of blood is called circulatory system. It's called what? Circulatory system. It includes blood vessels, heart, etc. Okay, children? So we will discuss about these things after this. Okay? So have you noted, children? Shall I rub the board? Okay, I am coming now. Circulatory system. Circulatory system. This system includes following tissues or organs. Okay. This is first one is blood. We will discuss about blood. Second, blood vessels. Third, heart. Okay. So, circulatory system includes the parts or the organs that help in the transport of materials from one organ to the other in animals. These include blood vessels, and heart. Heart, we all know, heart is the pumping organ of our body. It pumps the pure blood to different tissues via Arteries are the blood vessels that usually carry pure blood from the heart to the different tissues. And the blood vessels carrying carbon dioxide rich blood or impure blood coming from the various tissues, they pour their blood into the heart, and heart purifies it by sending it to the lungs and getting enriched with the oxygen, and then sending it to different tissues for the normal functioning of the body cells, so that they can perform their metabolic activities. Understand? So these are the parts that are involved in circulatory system. Now we will study them one by one. We will begin with the blood. We will begin with blood. Okay, children? Blood is children, blood is the tissue that is fluid. ये फ्लूइड होता है. क्या है? ब्लड. It is fluid connective tissue. It is fluid. Fluid मतलब क्या होता है मालूम है? Fluid means जो गैसेस और लिक्विड्स को कनेक्टिवली क्या कहते हैं? फ्लूइड्स बोलते हैं फिजिक्स में. गैसेस और लिक्विड्स को क्या बोलते हैं? फ्लूइड बोलते हैं. तो it is fluid connective tissue. Okay. अब it has two components. Blood has two components. It has two types of components. Two types of components. They are plasma and cellular components. अब cellular components, okay, cellular components कौन कौन से होते हैं? हम let us see the composition. Okay, children, let us see the composition of blood. ब्लड का कंपोजिशन देखते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ फ्लो चार्ट. ये हो जाएगा प्लाज्मा, ये हो जाएगा सेलुलर कंपोनेंट. अब सेलुलर कंपोनेंट में ओके चिल्ड्रन, ये अलग अलग सेल्स होते हैं वो हम देख देंगे. थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ सेल्स. आरबीसी, रेड ब्लड कॉर्पस्कल्स उसको बोलते हैं, रेड ब्लड सेल्स भी बोल सकते हैं आप. आरबीसी हो गए. देन सेकंड white blood corpuscles. WBC और थर्ड हो गया प्लेटलेट्स. ओके, so these are the components of blood. It is fluid component and the components are three types: red blood corpuscles, white blood corpuscles and platelets. Okay children, please note down. This is fluid part in which cells are suspended. Cells are suspended. Okay? Note down. Note down, children. Children, focus on the content that is being taught in the class. Don't go beyond. Okay? We will cover all the aspects of the chapter in the coming time. So don't be impatient. Okay? Shall I have the board? Please tell me, shall I have the board or not? Please note down. Note kar lo. So, shall I have the board today? I am going to run now. Now we will see the functions of different components of blood. Okay? We will see the functions of different components of blood. Okay? Functions of different components of blood. What are the different components of blood? Plasma, RBC, WBC and platelets. These are the different components of blood, and now we are going to discuss the functions of different components of blood. Okay? Functions. Functions of different components of blood. First of all, you will see plasma. It is the fluid part. It is the fluid part of blood. In which cells are suspended. Cells are suspended. Plasma has enzymes, salts, etc. Okay? Then, second is RBC. RBC is very, very important in respect of the transport of oxygen. RBC these contain a red colored pigment. Red colored pigment called hemoglobin, which binds with oxygen, and transport it to different tissues. different tissues. Okay. So RBC is very important because it has a red colored pigment called hemoglobin, and due to the presence of hemoglobin, the blood appears red, which is also very important. Blood appears red. Blood appears red due to the presence of hemoglobin. Due to the presence of hemoglobin. Okay. Then third one is WBC. WBC. These cells fight against germs that may enter our body. Okay. So these provide immunity to our body. So WBCs. So WBCs provide immunity to our body. Immunity means resistance against the attack of the pathogens. Resistance against the attack of pathogens. Okay, children? So WBCs provide immunity to the body. Okay. Now, another type of cells are platelets. Children, you might have experienced that whenever there is a small scratch happen in your any part of the body, blood starts coming out, it starts bleeding, but after some time, automatically it stops bleeding. It stops bleeding. It happens or not? So it is due to the fact that platelets they form a kind of a clot. एक थक्का जम जाता है ना थक्का. So they stop the blood to flow further. Understand? So platelets play an important role in clotting of blood. Okay, children? So this is very important. Platelets. For this platelets. These cells are responsible for clotting of blood. Responsible for clotting of blood. These cells are responsible for clotting of blood, and hence stops bleeding after some time. These are crucial. See children, these platelets play a crucial role if somebody gets hurt, injured, and blood starts flowing. If excess blood flows from the body of the individual, then the person's life may be in danger. So platelets can help to save the life of an individual by stopping the blood to flow further. Understand? So platelets play a crucial role in the life, in the saving of the life of an individual who has got the injury. Okay. Platelets play an important role. Please note down. Shall I rub the board now? Please all of you note down so that we can move ahead. We can move ahead, children. Now, Ravi. Then, after blood, we will see the blood vessels. Blood vessels are the tube-like structures, defined tube-like structures, well-defined tube-like structures in which blood flows. Blood flows. Okay, children. So, blood vessels are the tube-like structures, pipe-like structures in which blood flows. Blood vessels. Blood vessels are of two types, children. Arteries and veins. Arteries and veins. पहले ब्लड वेसल्स में लिख लो tube like structures in which blood flow. Okay. Now, depending upon the structure and function, blood vessels are of two types: artery and vein. Okay. Normally, arteries carry pure blood from heart to different body tissues. This is a body tissue or cells. Okay, ये प्योर ब्लड मीन्स ऑक्सीजन रिच ब्लड कहाँ से लेते हैं? हार्ट से लेते हैं और कहाँ से जाते हैं? बॉडी टिश्यू, वेन्स. These carry impure blood को या तो बोलो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिच ब्लड. क्या बोलेंगे? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिच ब्लड. These carry impure blood or carbon dioxide rich blood from body tissues to heart. Okay, ये हो गया वेव का काम. Okay, children. Now, arteries, since the blood flows at high pressure, so the arteries are thick-walled and elastic. Okay, children? Write down. blood flows, blood flows at high pressure, blood flows at high pressure. So, so these are thick walled and elastic, thick walled and elastic. Okay, students? Then veins, blood flows at low pressure. So there are chances of backflow. There are chances of backflow there are chances of backflow. That is why veins have valves to check backflow of blood. Okay, children? ठीक है? Please note down. Have you noted? Sir, what is written? Blood vessel on left side from each. Blood from heart of different body tissues or cells. Have you noted? One more thing, veins have thin walls. Veins have thin walls because the blood is flowing at the low pressure, so they need not to have thick walls. Okay, so veins have thin walls. On the other hand, arteries have thick elastic walls. Okay, hurry up. Please note down. Note down, children. Now, shall I rub the board, children? Okay, now I'm rubbing. Besides arteries and veins, arteries, when they reach out the tissues, they further divide into narrow tubes. Further narrow tubes, these are called capillaries, and these capillaries join up to form veins when they empty the blood into the heart. Okay, children? So, besides arteries and veins, there is third category of blood vessels, they are capillaries. Capillaries are the narrow tube-like structures. Arteries divide into further narrow tubes called capillaries. When they deliver the pure blood to the tissues, before delivering it to the tissues, they divide further into the capillaries. On the other hand, capillaries jointly form veins when they empty their blood into the heart. Okay, children? So I am going to rub this. Capillaries के बारे में लिखेंगे. Capillaries There is another type of blood vessels called capillaries. Write down. Arteries divide further into extremely thin tubes. Arteries divide further into narrow tubes. On reaching the tissues, veins are formed by joining of the narrow tubes before they pour blood into her. Okay, so arteries divide further into narrow tubes on reaching the tissues. Veins are formed by joining of these narrow tubes before they pour blood into the heart. These narrow tubes are called capillaries. These narrow tubes are called capillaries. Okay. These narrow tubes are called capillaries, which are formed by the splitting of arteries when they reach the tissues, and these capillaries join to form veins when they pour their blood into the heart. Okay. Now, children, let us see what is the pulse. Suppose you hold thumb and middle finger and index. You just keep on the inner side of your wrist. You will feel throbbing movement. You will feel what? Throbbing movement. This is called pulse. This is called what? Pulse. What is pulse? The throbbing movement experienced over the wrist, and it is due to the flow of blood in the arteries. It is due to the flow of blood in the arteries. Okay, children? So it is called pulse. And pulse rate is the number of times the throbbing movements are experienced. It is called pulse rate. In normal cases, the pulse rate is 72 to 80 times per minute. 72 to 80 times per minute. Okay. Let us write our pulse also. Pulse. The throbbing movement of blood experienced on the inner side of wrist is called pulse. It is due to the flow of blood and arteries. It is due to flow of blood, in arteries, and number of beats per minute gives pulse rate. It is normally 72 to 80 times per minute. Note down, children. Note down, and with this we are going to end today's session, and in the next session we will discuss the remaining topics of this chapter. Okay, children? Noted? Okay, children. Now I am going to the board. So I am ending up the session. Thank you and have a nice day.